It's absolutely wild to see. And in Texas, stuff is really, really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible. Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor.
Tony Hinchcliffe, a hard right comedian, nearly helped Donald Trump lose the election because of his stand-up performance at a rally in New York City.
I think a lot of people give Tony Hinchcliffe guff for opening at a Trump rally. I'll tell you, my big issue is I judge him for bombing at a Trump rally. That's like me bombing at a Tony Awards watch party.
A lot of people are saying that Tony Hinchcliffe is gay. I know Tony isn't gay because he is neither funny nor interesting.
Just so you know, we got a lot of Tony jokes. We have more than he's ever written, actually. I mean, but look, everyone's seen Kill Tony, but nobody has ever seen Tony kill.
Tony Hinchcliffe impressively had the worst Netflix special I've ever seen since the last Tony Hinchcliffe special.
Kill Tony is giving a lot of opportunities to physically disabled comedians who want mentally disabled fans.
You know who couldn't resist? Fellow comics Jurden and Gianmarco Soresi.
Trump's good for material, but he's bad for the culture of comedy.
How so?
People get way more touchy because all the race and transphobia and homophobia that gets ramped up big time.
Right.
So then people actually get sensitive.
I wonder if that's going to ramp up again or if that's run its cycle.
That worked tremendously.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to run that playbook again, for sure.
They'd also rip this guy, Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, or as the industry calls him, SNL's last success story.
Shane always gets lumped in with the Kill Tony guys and Joe Rogan, but he has a lot more taste about which Trump rallies he attends.
Shane is the one comedian I actually believe was at the White House just for the UFC fight.
I don't know if you guys saw, Shane made some major headlines last week for selling 76,212 tickets for his comedy show at the Eagles Stadium in Philadelphia. And if you do the math, 76,000 tickets times $80 a pop, that comes out to more than $6 million in missed child support.
Yeah, the Guinness World Records recorded it as the largest cross burning in the world. Good. It's about time Canada got some smoke from America.
It's easy to hate on Shane, and I'm sure Seth Simons is going to love this part, but you have to appreciate 76,000 people at one show is insane. I mean, say what you will about his politics, Shane's done more than any Democrat to get ICE off the street.
Solid stuff all around here, too.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk, and Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
And on this very subject,
we shouldn't go too hard on late night shows because Trump already has.
That's right. Donald Trump got Stephen Colbert taken off the air, which so many of us had already done by the power of our remote controls.
But hey, Jimmy Kimmel survived.
Jimmy Kimmel survived, but so what? Kimmel cried more over Charlie Kirk than Erica did.
Yeah, more liquid came out of his eyes than Charlie's neck. Oh, okay, that's okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, all right. Who put that one in?
I personally, I love that Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla are still friends, because sometimes you need to put politics aside and come together over your mutual love of money.
Where the Trump administration is going after late night hosts like Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, and Stephen Colbert, well, they'd see it far differently than most.
What bothers me about the critiques I get is that they don't acknowledge the points I myself made.
Fair enough. This fool, Bill Maher, would also get roasted by the comics.
There's a podcast literally hosted by a goblin, and his name is Bill Maher. Bill Maher won the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved, because Bill Maher goes after both sides. He'll suck Trump's and eat his.
Hey, at least when Mark Twain said the N-word, it was funny. Bill Maher. I know we joke, but Bill Maher has done a lot for the black community, specifically the black female sex worker community. So,
all valid, all fair, all hilarious. Lastly,
heard you got deported, dude. Bye.
the jabs of Theo Von must see.
Listen, Theo Von's a tricky one because despite many things that he's done and his whole stand-up comedy career, he has spoken up for Palestinians, which means there actually is worse representation for Palestine than Hamas. Theo Von actually filmed 2 comedy specials this year. Only one is coming out, but that's still impressive.
You know, I've always said the better the podcast host, the worse the stand-up comedian, and vice versa.
That's true.
I want to give a shout out to these 2 gentlemen because they did their effing thing out there. Crack.com had a really good write-up on this. By the way, this took place at the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And their headline was, Gianmarco Soresi and Jurden just dropped the best roast special of the decade. Incredibly strong, but it was also incredibly good. The way that they have discussed and even framed the political nature of so many comedians. We've covered Mark Maron. I think he did it the best when he made the rounds promoting his HBO special. I would love to have him on this show as well and ask him a few questions about it. But what really got me and what stuck out to me is what he said, which was it worth it? Just so you could say the R word again and maybe the F slur again? Is that it? And for a lot of them, yes. Yes, it is worth it. For Tony Hinchcliffe, never been bigger. Never been bigger. He has performed now at so many different venues, so many different places. And I have even said, before I get to that, he performed, and this is how intertwined it is, at, I believe, SummerSlam and or a big WWE event. Why? Because he has a direct connection to the WWE through Triple H because of his relationship with this administration, with the Trump administration. If they were to lose, he would 1000% get the blame for that failure of a comedic set at Madison Square Garden, which by many stretches of the imagination was practically a Nazi rally. That is where he performed. And then he goes and does the roast of Kevin Hart, which was tasteless and classless. And yet somehow he keeps getting these invites. He keeps getting them. It's incredible. It's incredible. And if you watch any of, and you shouldn't, any of his appearance on Club Random, he couldn't even think of jokes, which shows me they know a few things about this guy, that he probably doesn't write a lot of his own jokes. I believe it was Elephant Graveyard who did a really great video on how Tony Hinchcliffe is not only not writing his own jokes, but he is a prolific joke stealer. And yes, people are going to borrow from other people, but it was so blatant, the examples they dug up to prove that this man is about as inauthentic as they could possibly be. Jurden and Gianmarco Soresi, I think, are both fantastic. They've been doing great work for many, many years now on my independent channel. I even interviewed Gianmarco Soresi. You can go check that out as well. But overall, just fantastic. It was great. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.